Hey, sweet yogis. This is Caroline, and it's good to be somewhat um, back to yoga teaching. I've had some shoulder issues going on, and also with the quarantine, as we are all aware of, it's kind of put a different spin on the yoga world. And so I have been wanting to continue to teach and continue to practice. Um, and I have found that I've just needed to take the time to rest and make sure my shoulder is a-okay. With that being said, I've designed this class to be shoulder free. Okay, so it's not going to be your typical chaturangas. It's not going to be your typical plank. If you find that you need that, just simply pause the video and do more sun salutation A's, do more sun salutation B's. Take what you need. This is an all levels class. Again, it's shoulder free. And we're putting just a different spin on some different poses, just a variation. And wanted to also talk about using this time to nurse and heal the shoulder. It's more, this particular practice is more about focusing on the core and then doing a lot of stretching and strengthening through our foundation. So I hope you enjoy it. I have loved designing it, and I'm looking forward to designing more shoulder-free classes so that I can still teach and practice and bring yoga to you and to me. So I want you to start by sitting in a nice, comfortable position, whether that's legs stretched out in front or sitting with legs crossed, easy pose, easy seated pose. And I have, those that know me know that I love all kinds of rocks and crystals. And so I have a rose quartz right here. And I want you to look at the pretty pink color. You can meditate on this rose quartz. That would be Bubba, my helper. And I want you to just picture the rose quartz. If you want to keep your eyes open, you can. If you want to close them, we're just going to center and settle ourselves before we get started. Deep inhalation through the nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. The rose quartz is known as the love stone, and it promotes love on all levels. It restores trust and harmony in relationships, encouraging unconditional love. It purifies and opens the heart at all levels to promote love, self-love, friendship, deep inner healing, and feelings of peace. Calming and reassuring, the rose quartz helps to comfort in times of grief. Also, it's good at preventing the buildup of anxiety. I know I have a lot of that going on right now with just everything that's going on in the universe. So the rose quartz dispels negativity and protects against environmental pollution, replacing it with loving vibes. It encourages self-forgiveness and acceptance, invoking self-trust and self-worth. And so a lot of times, if you are not feeling well, you're feeling down in the dumps, I like to take it and just hold it over my heart And even if you don't have a rose quartz in your possession, just simply placing your hands over your heart, relaxing the shoulders, softening the face, and stay with your breath. Nice big inhalation. Open mouth, sigh it out. Focus on your breath. Next, inhalation. Open mouth, sigh it out again. You can flutter your eyes open. Kind of bring yourself back into your area. So we're going to start standing up on our mats. And for this class, you can use a yoga block. You can use a big thick book. You can use a Tupperware container. It's not required. I don't even have one out here, but you can have it handy if you feel that you need it when we do forward folds and that type of thing. I'm trying to think. Anything else? I don't think we need. We just need the willingness to show up on our mats and ready to flow and just get the heart rate up and pumping and think about anything else other than what's going on in the world right now. All right, so standing up on your mat. Feet are going to be underneath knees, knees underneath hips. All right, palms shining forward. So I want you to root down through both feet, and what that means is just simply make that connection, all toes and your feet, equal weight down into the earth. Keep the heart open, chest open, shoulders relaxed. Nice big inhalation. Open mouth, sigh it out. So inhale, cactus arms. We're going to look up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, cactus arms, gazing up. Continue on. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to cactus. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to cactus arms. Hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, chair pose. You can be here or hands to heart, depending on the shoulders. I'm feeling pretty sassy right now, so I'll keep my hands extended. All right. From our chair pose, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, scooping back up into chair pose. Rise up, hands to heart center. We're going to step back with our left foot into warrior one. Okay? Again, remembering my practice, this practice I'm bringing to you today is all about not extending the arms over the head. If you need that for your practice, go for it. All right. Hands to hips. Nice big inhalation. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come back up to center. All right, hands to heart. Then we're going to open up into warrior two. Pivot that left foot so that your foot's facing that short edge of your mat. Keep the shoulder blades down. Okay, nice strong foundation pose, working feeling that energy traveling up into the thighs here. Always have that core engaged. I have to tell myself that all the time. All right, hands to heart center. We're going to press out. Release down. Hands to heart. Pressing out. Hands down. Hands to heart. Last one. Pressing out. Hands down. Hands to heart center. Pivot the body and come into high lunge. Okay? You're up on the ball of that back foot. All right. From here, we're going to push off into warrior three. Now, if you have to pit stop it and come out of it like I did, this is real, folks. This is a real yogi. All right. So, from our high lunge, we're going to transfer our energy and balance into warrior three. Okay? Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Release the hands down to a block or to your mat and come into a half split. So lifting that left leg up a little bit higher. Bringing the left foot down to join the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Hands to heart. We're going to twist to the right. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twisting to the left. Come back to center. Rising back up. Palms are shining. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, side out. All right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. From here, we're going to step back into warrior one with our right foot. So you want to make sure in your warrior one poses that the right foot, those toes are going to face 2 o'clock. Hips are squared up to the front of the mat. Okay? Warrior one arms today, we're going to be hands to hip. Nice big inhalation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising. Exhale, folding. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back up to center. Okay. Open up into warrior two. And just make sure that knee's not too far over and too far back. Okay. And releasing the hands down. Hands to heart. We're going to press out almost like you're going through mud. Release. Hands to heart. Pressing out. And release. Last one. Hands to heart. Pressing out. And release. Hands to heart center. Pivot the body to the left and come into your high lunge. All right, we're going to find that drishti, which means your focal point, and we're going to transition from here into warrior three. Pit stopping, or going directly into your warrior three. Releasing the hands down to a block or a book or the mat and lifting that right leg up for a half split. For 3, 2, 1. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left and hold. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right and hold. Come back to center. Rising up and opening up the hands. Nice big inhale. Open mouth, side out. All right. So from here, if you're not already at the front of your mat, go ahead, travel up to the top of your mat. Take a coffee break if you need to. Shout out to the Art Bar downtown Hastings, Nebraska. All right. So from our mountain pose at the top of our mat, step with the left leg back into warrior one. Okay. Typically warrior one, arms are up here. Okay. But guess what? Every body is different. Everybody's going through something that's different than your neighbor. So you choose what works best for you, okay? We're going to hold here, and I want you to press that energy through that right foot forwards, through that outer edge of that left foot, okay? Pressing backwards at the same time. So feel that wonderful energy, all that wonderful foundation, strengthening, not core, but just that yumminess. I just feel so good right now. It's been a while, guys. And it just feels really good. All right, holding here. Then we're going to open up into warrior two, okay? Pivot the left foot facing the short edge of your mat in the back. Keep those shoulders down and relaxed, growing tall through the spine, drawing navel towards the spine. You want to gaze over that right middle finger. Pivot the right foot so you're facing the long edge of your mat. All right. Nice big inhalation. Exhale. Send the chest forward, shoulder blades touching in the back. So you come down into a wide-legged forward fold. Whether hands come to a block or come down to the mat. I just encourage you to check yourself. Right now, make sure you're not sitting in your heels. Okay? Weight is equally distributed through your feet. All right, I want you to slightly bend both knees. Bring your hands to your hips. As you press through both feet, bring your body back up. Okay? We're going to bring the heels in and the toes out as we sit into goddess pose. All right? I'll turn around. I like to do the A-OK sign, the Gaya Mudra, having that energy traveling and recirculating through the body. I want you to lift in goddess pose. Lift your right heel up. Release back down. Left heel comes up. Release back down. Both heels up. And release back down. Coming back into warrior two. We're going to pivot our body to the front of our mat, coming back into our high lunge. Knee over ankle, up on the ball of the left foot. Then we're going to take the hands, send them outward, and scoop all of that negativity away as we fold the body, upper torso towards our thigh. Thumbs pointing down and hold. Releasing the hands down to the mat, left foot joins the right in a forward fold. All right, take your feet and just heel toe them out. They're just a little bit wider than your hips. Peace fingers around the big toes. Okay, in your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. We're going to press up on the big toes as the big toes press into the fingers. Exhale, extend the elbows out to the side. You can also just do hands on the mat or the block. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we're going to release down and slowly roll the body all the way back up. Palms shining forward. Feel that nice, yummy sunshine on your face. If you don't feel it, it means you're inside, and that's okay. Take it outside. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, side out. All right. So let's come back up to the top of our mat if you're not already there. I'm shedding. Okay. We're going to step the right foot back into Warrior One. Okay. Choosing your arm options, you decide. Typically want to gaze just past the tip of your nose. Open up into Warrior Two. We're going to pivot the left foot. So we're facing the long edge of our mat. Okay. And then inhale through the nose. Gaze up. All this pollen. Yeah. Exhale. Forward fold. Slightly bend both knees. Bring your hands to your hips before we press through both feet. Navel comes to spine. And we bring our bodies back up. Okay? Coming into goddess pose. So heels are in, toes are out. You stay where you are. I'm just going to face this way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sitting down into goddess. All right, lifting the left heel up. Release back down. Right heel comes up. Release back down. Both heels come up. Release back down. All right, so from here, from our goddess, we're going to come back into Warrior Two. And so make sure that you're reaching out in different directions, forwards and backwards. Shoulders are relaxed. And then we're going to turn and come back into our high lunge again. Sending the arms and the hands out, scooping that energy away from us, and folding towards our thigh. Hold here. Releasing the hands, bringing the right foot to join the left. Okay. And now this is called gorilla pose. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to slide the right hand under the right foot left hand under left foot. So if you have tight hamstrings, I'll face this way because I do. All right, if you have tight hamstrings, it's okay. We can put a slight bend or a big bend in the knees, okay? We're going to stay here and work on lengthening and stretching out our hamstrings. No tension in the neck, so don't even try to look up. Just relax and release. All right, bringing the hands back out and then slowly rolling the body back up. Palms shining forward. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out. All right, so what I like about this next pose is that you can do it standing freely on your mat, or if you're near a wall or a banister and you need that extra assistance, just having something there for security, have at it, okay? We're going to start in tree pose. And I love that there's different options available to all different people who are on different journeys, okay? And so what that means is we're going to start with the left leg. So grounding down through the right foot. Option 1 is to bring toes to mat, heel above your ankle. Keeping that left knee out to the side. This is a hip opener. Option 2 is bringing the foot below the knee. Option 3 is bringing that foot above the knee. Okay? Making sure not to dump into that hip, but bringing them both level. Okay? And so what I typically like to tell people is here you can stay with hands to heart, palms shining, or you can send those tree branches all the way up, gazing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All we're going to do is detach the foot from our standing leg, keeping that knee open to the side. Let it dangle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, shake it out. Let's do the other side, okay? Grounding down through both feet. Shifting the weight over to the left foot. Going into your tree pose, okay? I'm going to do this option on this side. You do you, right? You do you, boo. You decide which one feels good to you. Holding here. Growing tall through our spine. And then we're going to detach that foot. All right, so we're just keeping the leg open to the side, keeping the knee open for the hip opener. And the foot is dangling for 3, 2, 1. Release. Kick it out. All right. Coming into yogi squat, we're going to transition back down to the mat, and here's where we're going to start to work on our core. All right. So you're going to take your feet as wide as your mat. And here's where you can get creative. All right. As we send our body down. Okay. You can, if you're here and like I cannot go down anymore, that's okay. You can put something down behind you so you can sit comfortably. The important thing here is to keep the chest open and keep these legs open for a hip opener, okay? You can even use the wall to guide your body down. We've done this in our gentle flow classes where we do yogi squat using the wall and some blocks, and it's just yummy, okay? It is accessible to all. And then if you are using any props or anything, I want you to move those out of the way. Bringing your hands behind you, we're going to bring our tush down to the mat. Okay? I'm going to face sideways. All right? We're going to come into boat pose. All right. So, different options for different journeys of yoga, right? So, what boat is it's working on our core, and we're balancing on our sit bones, so we're not sitting upright. You're going to balance here. So start by holding the backs of the thighs and coming into a modified version of boat. You can be here, or you can bring your hands behind your tush. Okay, we're going to alternate and tiptoe our feet out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, come back to boat. Releasing the hands, you're going to slowly bring your body all the way down to your mat. And since I have stuff behind me, I'm going to kind of cattywomp myself a little bit. So we're going to bring our body all the way down. Bringing knees into your chest. Opening the arms out into a T. And then make sure if your knees are into your chest, you want to bring them more where they're over your hips. Shins are parallel to the sky. And then drop both knees to the right, but don't let them touch the floor. Let them hover. Come back to center. We're going to drop to the left and hover. Back to center. To the right and hover. Back to center. To the left. Back to center. Last one on each side. Coming back to center. All right, placing the hands underneath the thighs. And we're going to rock back up. See if you can come back into boat pose. Okay. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Nice big inhalation through the nose. Exhale, forward fold. And you're going to stop where your body is telling you to stop. And wherever that is for you, I want you to breathe and focus on that area where you stopped. Just picture it, send breath to that area. And you might find as you release, relax, and breathe, maybe you can fold a little bit deeper. All right, we're going to come back up into boat pose again. Okay? And so if you want to do something a little different, you can release hands, you can straighten legs, okay? Totally up to you. We're going to tap our feet out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right? Slowly roll your body down. All right, bringing your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze here. And then opening the arms out to a T. Making sure the knees come back towards your hips. Okay, you don't want them into your chest right now. All right, dropping both to the left and hover. Back to center. To the right. Back to center. Falling to the left. Back to center. Falling to the right. Back to center. Last one on each side. holding the backs of the thighs. We're going to rock back up to boat pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Nice big inhalation. Exhale, forward fold. Rising back up. And we're going to bring our bodies all the way back down. I'll move my quartz and my notes out of the way for just a moment. Bring your body all the way back down to the ground. Okay? Feet are flat, knees are bent. And we're going to practice an inversion, going into bridge pose. So I'll show you bridge, and then if you want to take it up a notch, we'll do pigeon on a bridge, which is just another nice hip opener while you're doing an inversion. Okay? So arms are relaxed by your side. Pressing through both feet, send your hips up. Here's bridge pose. You can stay here, or you can straighten the right leg, cross it over the left. Holding here. If you're in pigeon on a bridge, straighten the right leg, bring it back down, release the hips, hug knees into chest, rock side to side. All right, bringing both feet back down, setting up for bridge pose again. Send the hips up, staying here, or straightening the left leg, crossing over the right. Make sure that the foot is flexed so we can protect the knee. Straighten the left leg, bring the foot back down, hips down to the mat. Hug in those knees. Rock side to side. All right, from here, we're going to open up into happy baby pose. So you can hold the backs of the thighs, peace fingers around the big toes, or holding the outer edges of the feet. But sometimes I've seen happy baby like this, and we want the soles of the feet to be facing the sky. Keep the right leg where it is. Release the left one down to the ground. Half happy baby. Bring the right knee into your chest. Bring your forehead to track towards that knee. Shoulders are off the mat. Release. And then crossing that right knee over to your left side. You can open up the right arm. You can gaze straight up, or you can look towards the right just to get an extra stretch through your neck. All right, come back to center. All right, happy baby again. Keep the left leg where it is, release the right one down. I always like to put my hand on the hip. All right, just a reminder to keep the hip down onto the mat. We don't want it popping up. Bring the left knee into the chest. Forehead tracks towards the knee. Release back down, crossing the left knee over to the right side. And then open up, or you can keep it where it's comfortable. Gazing up or to the left. All right, come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. And I want you to bring your forehead to track towards your knees. We're going to hold here like a little hedgehog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Moving the palm of your hands to your knees. And we're going to draw circles with both knees. And then reverse that direction. One more squeeze of the knees into the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, releasing the legs long and the arms by your side. You generally want to have your feet as wide as your mat. If this is too much pressure on the lower back, simply bend your knees. Okay? So we're transitioning into Shavasana, which is the final resting pose, corpse pose. Nice big inhalation through the nose. Open mouth, side out. Just feeling your body melting into your mat, and maybe your body's sending you some gratitude, thanking you for moving a little bit more than just being stuck at home. Okay? We can get mentally stuck, we can get physically stuck. Maybe your mind is racing, wondering what the heck did you just do? And do I even want to do it again? And that's normal. Alright, so as you're resting in Shavasana, the body benefits from movement, but the mind also benefits from stillness. And if you feel that your mind and body need a longer Shavasana than what we're doing today, then you take what you need. Mahatma Gandhi once wrote, "As grain is the body's food, so worship is the soul's. He who is convinced about the existence of the soul cannot live without worship." Prayer means the soul turning towards God. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your mind back into your space, wiggling fingers and toes, just small, gentle movements. When you're ready, rolling over to your right side and pausing for just a moment, maybe even using your arm as a pillow under your head. And slowly make your way back up to an easy seated position. And we'll inhale, arms all the way up. And as you exhale, closing your eyes, bringing your hands down to your heart center and bowing to the light within. And I'll leave you with a poem that Mahatma Gandhi wrote. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and peace. Namaste, sweet ones. Thank you for joining me today. And I hope to see you on your mat again really soon. All right. Thank you, sweet ones. Mwah.